Which one's which? Here we go. All right, time to climb up from this shitty rank. What people say about Diamond?
If you are any of these ranks, then you are bad at the game. But don't worry, I am better than you, and I am here to bestow upon you my infinite well of top 500 secrets. First of all, I am sick of seeing all these videos with one tip to hit GM that you respect. If you're watching this, you are probably a casual player wanting to rank up for one reason or another. Maybe you want to reach top 500, or maybe you just want to impress your friends with a shiny new rank. Whatever for you. If you, but Blizzard decided to just delete every single season from Overwatch 1, so you're just gonna have to believe me. But I have some bad news. There is no magic single tip that will suddenly get everyone who hears it up to champion. Everyone has their own rates of improvement, so here's some ways that you can improve faster than everyone else. Before we start talking about ways you can rank up or improve your gameplay, we need to fix your brain. You have low elo brain rot. There are so many myths that people hear that they use as excuses for why they're losing games. First one is something I hear a lot of. My
Smurfs.
teammates are holding me back. I deserve to be in a higher rank. And if you think this, don't worry, so does everyone else, and for good reason. Teammates at every single rank will always manage to subvert your already rock bottom expectations. Everyone gets bad teammates and throwers, and everyone plays against Smurfs. But in the long run, the amount of Smurfs or throwers you get will equal the amount the enemy team gets. So I've got some bad news for you. If you are stuck at a rank, you are one of those bad teammates. This applies from bronze all the way up to top 500. Yes, people can be hard stuck in top 500. Let's do some basic math here. If the enemy team has 5 bad or even average players, and your team has 4 of these average players and you, as long as you're able to perform slightly above average each game, your team will have the advantage and you will rank up, even if you're solo queuing. The second myth I always hear is, oh, I'm trapped in Elo Hell, it's impossible to rank up. And this myth of Elo Hell is actually true. Elo Hell
Voice
is
chat
a
may be
real
recorded
place,
to
but not
investigate and
the way
verify
you would
reports of
think.
disruptive
Elo
behavior.
Hell is wherever you are stuck at. It could be Silver, it could be Grandmaster. The only reason it feels like it's impossible to rank up is because it is, for you at least. People who think that they're stuck in Elo Hell need to think about 2 things after every game they play. And those are, what can I do better next time? And what mistakes can I make less of? Players in GM make tons of mistakes per game, and if they're not playing perfectly, then you are definitely not. But as a low elo player, it can be difficult to see your own mistakes in the moment. Overwatch is complicated and fast-paced. Trying to keep track of your mistakes while also playing the best you can is nearly impossible. So here's the first step of increasing your rate of improvement. First up, watch your gameplay back in replay. I guarantee you that you'll instantly see mistakes when you start watching your games back, but don't focus too much on all the mistakes you make. Find one obvious thing that you're doing wrong and keep that in the back of your mind when you play your next game. Maybe you're overextending too much. Maybe you don't look for where your supports are set up. Maybe you're just throwing abilities down a choke. Whatever it is, your problems are your own, and everyone has unique problems, and everyone needs their own solutions. Now, this is important. While you're watching these replays, don't focus on your teammates. Yes, they make tons of mistakes, and it is easy to blame them for your losses, but the only common denominator among each of the games you play is you. Focus on your own mistakes. Those are the ones that you have control over anyways. If you're having trouble finding mistakes you make or what you need to do better, you can always ask players that are better than you for some help. Whether it's the people in competitive Overwatch Discord,
It's like a
subreddits, or even
reasonable
some small
video.
streamer. There are plenty of people who will give you VODs for free. Unless you are a really high level player, please don't pay for coaching. You can improve by just a little bit each game. You're on your way to becoming a for some help. Whether it's the people in competitive Overwatch Discord, subreddits, or even some small streamer. There are plenty of people who will give you VODs for free. Unless you are a really high. This is important. While you're watching these replays, don't focus on your teammates. Yes, they make tons of mistakes, and it is easy to blame them for your losses, but the only common denominator among each of the games you play is you. Focus on your own mistakes. Those are the ones that you have control over anyways. If you're having trouble finding mistakes you make or what you need to do better, you can always ask players that are better than you for some help. Whether it's the people in competitive Overwatch Discord, subreddits, or even some small streamer. There are plenty of people who will give you VODs for free. Unless you are a really high-level player, please don't pay for coaching. You can improve by just a little bit each game. You're on your way to becoming a much better player. The next thing you should do is improve your mechanics. Now, this doesn't mean you have to go back to the simply jumping into a deathmatch or an aim training custom game like Vexta in between your matches will make you improve your aim. But first, you need to make sure that your sensitivity and mouse DPI are correct. I've seen players go from silver all the way up to master just by finding out that their sensitivity was 10 times what it should have been. So go into your settings, find your sensitivity, and multiply it by your mouse's DPI. Usually find your DPI in your mouse's respective software. Multiply these two numbers together and you should get...
Master,
Bonk.
how do you maintain your tranquility amid endless battles?
Ready to get some Super Mario level bonking this game. You guys ready? Were you ready to bonk?
You don't breathe.
Bonk.
Indeed.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Escort the payload.
It's like Genji's soldier on height. We lost our venture here. We're down one. Genji coming around the right side. No deflect. Genji Discord if you can swing. Genji low. Ana on height. Sig down, that's a huge pick. Soldier low, nice. I'm anti, I'm gonna wait a sec. Oh. Huge stagger, coming back for help. Oh, you guys are awesome. Genji low over there. Genji's low up there. That's a Wuyang ult out? I got Blade here. Oh, that hurts. That's Nano out. Did he use visor? Yeah. Okay. That's actually huge. We survived that, most of us. You have no DPS for a bit? Just Zen heals, your Venture and your Genji almost with you. Looking at Mercy. Hazard's up top. Soldier main. On a low? Never mind. You're walled off, breaking wall. I'll deflect for you. Back up. Someone was on the left side too, I think. Oh no, never mind. Cast top right. I'll go up with you. Oh no, too soon. Ah. Hazard antied. Ah. Probably should have nanoed me, honestly. Big. Hazard can die here. Our kitty goes down. We need to break up that pocket. Cast top right. Oh, Mercy on the left there. Fuck. You have no space. I don't know.
Administered.
Mercy's on the left side. You can back off card if you need to. I'll help push this. Soldier on the right. That's Visor.
Watching over this position.
Venture, you gotta try to not die so much.
Right.
It's alright. Okay, we gotta pick. We're even. We can push this.
60 seconds.
Try to walk past the hazard. On soldier. Jeez. That's actually pretty big. See if we can get Mercy, maybe? Fuck!
Shukran.
I don't know.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
Let me touch. Right.
وريهم قوتك.
Score 2-0. Switching sides.
I don't know. I don't know what to play here. Maybe I go Ashe. What did we ban? We banned Doomfist and Ball. If they banned Pharah. It's weird that they banned Pharah and they're playing double hit scan.
I'm the last one you'll ever pass.
Intrepid explorers, it's time to get to work!
Hmm.
I like your nickname. How'd you get it? I gave it to myself. Isn't that a little tacky? Oh, very.
Five, four, three, two, one. Attackers incoming.
See.
Stop the payload.
Problem is if he goes hazard, I'm gonna get screwed like this.
Engaging the
Soldier and soldier?
There's one here. Enemy spotted.
Soldier in one.
Enemy here.
Soldier in low. Mercy's burning in the back.
Over here. Behind you. She's gonna blow.
Soldier anti.
Get these bozos. There's one here.
Careful, we're outnumbered.
I don't know.
Now to show them that I mean business.
The payload has reached their channel.
Over there. Enemy here. Behind you. Enemy spotted. On your horizon. Dynamite. Enemy here. Connecting you. Keep an eye on one here.
Mercy one.
Over there.
Mercy's one. Mercy's one.
Crush the enemy.
Nice. The pick on Mercy.
Understood. Watch here. There's one here.
On a low.
Cover this enemy.
Soldier low.
Draw strength. Enemy spotted. Enemy here.
Sojourn low.
You.
Payload's moving.
Enemy here. There's one here. We're outnumbered.
Sojourn's up here.
You won't get the best of me.
Maybe we should get Zen instead of Kiriko or something.
She's gonna blow. Enemy here. This ends now.
They're moving the payload.
Enemy spotted. Busy work.
I missed that. I don't know who that was. Got Bob here.
Ultimate is ready.
Caslo.
Over there. Bob, do something. There's one here. Enemy here. There's one here.
Soldier low on the right. Ram burning behind you, Zara.
Enemy here. Fire batty.
Huge stagger pick. Just keep the Mercy off of him.
Dynamite out. Enemy spotted.
Soldier headshot.
Assault the payload.
She's gonna blow over here.
Soldier low. Oop, I'm gonna wrap around.
Hello. Enemy here.
That's visor. Jesus. See if I get on Tracer.
It's time to save the realm.
That's all I got for touch. There's no way we win this game.
Defeat.
I don't know.
GG. Match. GG.
Honestly, don't know what our problem. Well, I guess our venture was part of our problem, but like, I don't know.
Of the game.
Probably puts me in plat. Fletcher. Bum, ba, bum.
Something around 2 to 10,000. With a sweet spot being around 5,000. If you get something insane like 64,000, it is basically impossible for you to aim correctly. Change your sensitivity to around 5, and your DPI go around 800 to 1600. It will 2 to 10,000. With a sweet spot being around 5,000. If you get something insane like 64,000, it is basically impossible for you to aim correctly. Multiply these two numbers together, and you should get something around 2 to 10,000. With a sweet spot being around 5,000. If you get something insane like 64,000, it is basically impossible for you to aim correctly. Change your sensitivity to around 5, and your DPI go around 800.
That's weird. That actually even is my sensitivity. I don't even know. My sensitivity is probably fine now.
Vote for your map.
All these maps suck. Two. Oh, I'm using two? I'm using two? I'm using two. I even realized I lowered it that much. That's 3,200. I can do that math in my head.
To 1600. It will feel horrible at first, but trust me, your aim will greatly improve over time. Now, aside from aiming, there are many here. Your DPI go around 800 to 1600. It will feel horrible at first, but trust me, your aim will greatly improve over time. It is basically impossible for you to aim correctly. Change your sensitivity to around 5, and your DPI go around 800 to 1600. It will feel horrible at first, but if software. Multiply these two numbers together, and you should get something around 2 to 10,000. With a sweet spot being around 5,000. If you get something insane like 64,000, it is basically impossible for you to aim correctly. change your sensitivity to around 5, and your decoys just hard carry each of your games with pure mechanics. You can go this route by starting an aim training regimen on Kovacs or AIM Labs, combined with some in-game aim training. This will only take you so far.
You can't
Playing
hard
some players
carry
don't
with
miss shots, but are just terrible at
aim
We'll recommend hard
mechanics.
focusing on aim if nothing else has been working for you, as it can be greatly beneficial to certain people at certain ranks. Last but not least, you need to improve your mindset. Wait, don't click off the video. I'm not going to sit here and tell you must be clustered, don't. This is actually important. First off, you need to realize that rank doesn't matter. If you're good at the game, you will rank up. Simply having a rank doesn't make you a good player. So stop worrying so much about winning or losing and start paying attention to improving yourself. As I said before, the most important things you should be thinking of after each of the games you play are what can I do better next time and what mistakes can I make less of. Another important thing is taking breaks. Yes, this actually helps. As I said before, rank doesn't matter. People get unlucky and go on crazy losing streaks. You keep playing the game, you'll just keep feeling bad and you'll probably keep losing. Clear yourself the mental trauma and just take a break for a few hours or maybe even a few days. And last but not least, remember that your mood rubs off on your teammates. If you join Team Chat on a losing streak and you have a negative mindset, that could lead to your teammates to tilt as well. Believe they're not having good communication falls under having a good mindset. Joining voice with a positive outlook and optimism can do a lot more to boost team morale than you would expect. ABC and getting even the most basic cons can be game changing for most teams, and then even winning more games. It is my belief that anybody can rank up. Even if your heart's stuck bronze, it's always possible to reach champion or top 500, no matter what rank you're at now. Just keep improving yourself and ask those who are better than you for help whenever you're stuck. This is my first ever YouTube video, so thanks for sticking around to the end. Keep trying to reach that next rank, and if you have any questions for me, drop them below. That's about it.
我が刀は研ぎ澄まされ心に微塵の迷いなし
I think for my Genji, my mechanics need a lot of help.
Round 1. Capture the objective.
I think that's my Genji problem. Zarya Doom? We're on Sigma. Genji top right. Tracer coming around the right side. Tracer low in the back. Moira 1. Moira 1. Still out point maybe? We have a couple picks. Oh, why aren't we going in? Genji low? I got rocked. No recall? Nice. Sig's low. Oh, he's got Mega. Nice pick on the Genji. Good job, Diva. Coming for Tracer. That's Coalescence and Lifts.
Surrender to my will. Enemy spotted. Activating.
Push them off
as
the
its
objective.
triumph.
Need help over here. Enemy here.
Let's break it. Damn!
Let's try to keep bodies on. Stall for time. Sig dies here. Tracer low.
Receive my aid.
Nice. Tracer's on the right side. No fade. Where is the Tracer? Right side. Do we have anything? We can Ray and Blade maybe? Sigma and Tracer are up. If we get an early pick here, that'll be good for next fight. There we go.
Round 1.
Enemy here.
Score 1-0.
My Diva's super good. I love my Diva.
Everyone ready?
Don't worry. Genji and I have run loads of missions like this together.
Five, four, three, two, one. Capture the objective.
Just need to win one more. We can manage that, right?
Nice, good pick on Tracer. Genji's below us. Did he go low? Oh, never mind. On Sigma? Punch him, punch him, punch him. Yeah. Nice. Tracer low. Couldn't finish it. Tracer low still. No re. Rig low. Got him. Moira first if we can. Sig low, he should die, just punch him. Yeah. Tracer's low, no re.
Over here! Watch it, my ultimate is almost ready. Enemy here!
Moira low, got her. Rig low. Tracer burning, no re. That's fine. We got beat also out of it. Oh wait, that's our beat. Never mind. Oh jeez. What happened? Did we use beat behind the shield? Is that what happened?
Enemies coming like four. Over here. Enemy over here.
No rock? Sig no rock? Rig low? Let's coalescence on point. And Blade. It's gonna kite out. No.
Our numbers are low. Careful!
Enemy spotted.
Tracer was so low.
Finally, a real challenge.
We must be somewhere.
Tracer low. Moira no fade. Moira's down. Brig low, brig low. Good pulse. Up your Tracer on point. Oh. Where are we? Dude, I don't know where we are these fights. No fade. Genji on height. He's behind point. Genji low. Rig can die. Got her. I don't have anything for blue. Woo! So much booping. Ah, the life of a Brig main.
Hey, I'm Harmless Poke, a top 100 Genji main and coach, and in this video I'll give you a quick damage without deflecting it back. You can use this ability to rotate from one, throwing most forms of damage that hit it, to expose weaknesses on the enemy. This weapon can be used later shines and maps with lots of high ground on how to play the Cyber Ninja. At his core, Genji is a highly mobile, close-range duelist that shines and maps with lots of high ground with his passive, which gives him lots of verticality through wall climb and double jump. His weapon can be used to either chip away at enemies from range with a precise but slow modifier, or to burst down opponents at close using a fan of shurikens with a large spread. Can be fired moderately fast. This kit allows him to take positions that almost no other character can access safely, enabling him to apply pressure from aggressive angles to either expose weaknesses on the enemy frontline and slowly wear it down, or to harass valuable backline targets and potentially even assassinate them given the opportunity. This is all possible because of his true cooldowns, which are flexible tools that can be used offensively or defensively depending on the situation. Deflect is very straightforward to understand, as it does exactly what the name suggests, throwing most forms of damage that hit it back towards the direction you're aiming at, with some exceptions that can bypass it, such as beam type weapons and some projectiles like Sigma's Rock, or anything that's outside its area of coverage, like shots aimed at Genji's back. It also has a neat interaction with melee weapons, parrying the blow to block the damage without deflecting it back. You can use this ability to rotate from one position to the next one, to deal damage in a duel or to get out of things go badly, to catch a crucial cooldown like Ana's Biotic Grenade or even an ultimate like Sarah's Grab and Surge, turn the tides of a fight in an instant, and the list goes on. Similarly to Deflect, Dash is simple to understand but has tons of depth to it. Using it causes Genji to dash forward up to 15 meters, piercing through enemies while dealing 50 damage to them and stopping early if it hits any form of terrain, which is really useful to do on purpose to avoid overshooting your targets when trying to close the gap on them. This ability has a unique property to it, causing stopping early if it hits any form of stand, but has tons of depth to it. Using it causes Genji to dash forward up to 15 meters, piercing through enemies while dealing 50 damage to them and stopping early if it hits any form of terrain, which is really useful to do on purpose to avoid overshooting your targets when trying to close the gap on them. This ability has a unique property to it, causing it to instantly come off cooldown if Genji participates in an elimination, making him one of the best characters in the game at snowballing an advantage, as he can just chain dash after dash to relentlessly chase the remainder of the enemy team until there's no one left standing. You can use dash to cross dangerous sightlines safely, to disorient an enemy in a duel, to escape from that situation in an instant, or to get close enough to your opponents to use your secondary fire for a massive burst of damage. The only thing it can't do is delete more from the game. The last tool in Genji's kit is his ultimate, Dragon Blade. Once used, it refreshes his dash cooldown and temporarily changes his weapon into a powerful katana for 6 seconds, dealing 110 damage per swing, all targets within its reach. While active, you gain a 30% speed boost, making it easier to chase targets trying to get outside the reach of this deadly melee weapon. Combine that with Genji's passive mobility and flexible cooldowns, and the result is a hyper-mobile killing machine, capable of wiping out entire teams in an instant, given the opportunity. Due to this, enemies will try their best to shut down your ults, giving you all your attention and resources for a chance to live another day. For this reason, it's important to be smart about how to use the ultimate, so make sure to go in 1v5 and complain that your team sucks, am I right? So make use of your kits to find good angles to engage from, and maximize your chances of success by going in after your team takes their attention and forces resources from the enemy team, allowing you to outplay the go in 1v5 and complain that your team sucks, am I right? So make use of your kits to find good angles to engage from, and maximize your chances of success by going in after your team takes their attention and forces resources from the enemy team, allowing you to outplay the rest of their damage and tools with a well-timed deflect or juke. Now, let's go over his playstyle by going over some high-level gameplay. In this example, we see a composition with a lot of range damage, which means I need to be careful when poking, as I'm at a heavy disadvantage in that category. This is quite a common scenario for Genji, as a lot of characters are stronger than him in mid to long range, in exchange for being weaker up close, which is where he thrives. Because of that, my goal is to close the gap to gain the upper hand, which is done by using my mobility to go from cover to cover, take gradually more aggressive angles while staying safe, until eventually I've achieved a good enough setup to make a play. Setting up is only half the story though, as the quality of my play is heavily tied to timing. Go in too early and everyone turns to deal with me, forcing me out immediately if not outright killing me, and thus creating a temporary 5v4 advantage for the enemy team to capitalize on. Going too late however, and said 5v4 happened at the start of the fight, causing my team to get beaten up before I do anything, and thus forcing me to do enough on my own using the opening they created to offset the massive disadvantage we started with, which is usually not possible to recover from. For these reasons, it's crucial that I go in right after my tank does. So 1, I'm not the center of attention, and 2, everyone is still in good shape since the fight just started. That's why I have yet to go in so far, since my team was too far back for a solo play to realistically have any sort of impact, which is about to change now. This duel I just took with the Baptiste is a perfect example, as my distraction gave our frontline a resource advantage,
Yeah, I don't have any preference over these two. Okay.
which I look to capitalize on once my cooldowns are back and the Baptiste moves up to help his Sigma.
Select your hero.
Unfortunately, I missed all of my shots, but since I had my cooldowns
It's funny.
available and an escape plan ready, I could always get out safely no matter the outcome of my play, allowing me to try again later. This short clip encapsulates Genji's general gameplay loop: poke, setup, then engage. But why do we poke? Didn't I say that Genji is not that good in that department? Well, yes. His projectiles can be very hard to hit at range due to their slow speed, but there are multiple ways of making them more reliable and useful. At the start of the Junkdown match, you can see me mostly just spamming the corners of this piece of cover, since the enemy team is likely to hide behind it between shots to stay safe, essentially just giving our team some hotspots to place our crosshairs at, as those areas will frequently have targets to shoot at. Same thing can be said about this spam angle a little later. Here, we can see me land a ton of poke on their unaware Sigma, as he wasn't trying to dodge my shots, added that his larger hitbox, and the odds of my shuriken connecting were very good. Lastly, Genji can play much more aggressive angles than most characters, so while he may not deal as much damage as someone like Ashe, he can do so from positions he can't play, hitting his opponent where he thinks they're safe, and creating crossfires with his team, exposing vulnerabilities on the enemy formation that can be exploited by you and your teammates. That right there is the main reason why we vote. To gain something such as space to set up a strong play, or a resource advantage you can capitalize on, which is forcing out the key defensive cooldown that allows a dive to happen. Notice how poking serves the purpose of enabling the other two stats, meaning that it is
Last game
valuable but
before
not worth
work.
dying for, as
Damn.
it isn't the most important part of your kills. That would be your close range damage, which can be set up
ERM.
through smart pathing, a key defensive
Where you
cooldown
work
that
it.
allows a dive to happen.
I mean, this is
Notice how
Unreal
poking
chat.
serves the purpose of enabling
It
the
was a
other
short
two
game,
stats,
so we did one
meaning
more.
that it is valuable, but not forcing out the key
LOL.
defensive cooldown that allows a dive to happen.
will be the
Notice how poking
lightning
serves the purpose of
that rains
enabling
dust
the other
to
two
earth.
stats, meaning that it is valuable, but not worth dying for, as it isn't the
Didn't
most
count at all
important
that I know
part
how
of
it
your kills. That would be your close range damage, which can be set up through smart pathing
They
if
say
you're not
you're
using
a
that
good
option.
shot.
We can hash this
Hope
out.
you don't mind that
3.
I'm better.
I know more than anyone that a head that big
Nah,
is
nah,
an
nah.
easy target.
Saving your dash for another use, such as juking or running away, or simply through a dash engage, which is the more common
Too late
method,
for that.
as it relies on a cooldown rather than specific flank routes, with the downside of using your main mobility cooldown to go in, reducing your options to either push an advantage if the dive goes well, or to run away if it goes badly. So, when should you use one or the other?
Alright,
Choosing between
one
them is
solo
really
shatter
easy,
coming up.
actually, as you
1.
Hmm.
Attack commencing. Capture
That's Storm Arrow up?
A.
My duty calls. I see one.
Nice, good pick on the Hanzo. No sleep dart? No auto nade? Moira 1. Nice. No Storm Arrow.
Enemy here. My deadliest enemy.
Thank you kindly.
My soul is
Objective A
alight.
captured. Escort the payload.
Anyone care to join me?
ازيك؟
Go fade.
Thank you. Thank you.
Monkey half. Widow to the left.
Spotted an enemy.
I have Blade here. I don't think I can survive though. Okay. We're good, we're good, we're good. Still have Widow. I don't know where she is. She's on the right. No deflect? Are you sure he used it? He's gonna have it soon though.
Enemy spotted.
Got the payload rolling.
Are you on fire? Come face me.
Widow to the left. Ah.
Coming in.
Personne n'échappe à mon
Sights up.
regard.
About 15, I think 14 seconds maybe.
Join me.
Hello.
Okay, it should be down by now.
Nano boost administered.
Locking satellite vector.
Yeah, I don't know.
Team kill.
My duty calls. I see one.
I think they have blade this fight, right? Aid coming in. Nice pick on the Ana. Good pick on Monkey. Widow back left. Genji to the right. Going for Widow.
Échappe à mon regard.
Got her. Kiriko. Nice.
Complete. Team
GR.
3-0.
I chased the Genji up the wall with the freaking ult.
Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
LOL, I chased you up the wall with it.
Oh, such a troll move. Oh wait, oh wait, oh wait.
Oh wait, you're the Widow NBM.
Hello there.
Let us proceed with haste.
Your G.
I was sniffing. Did anyone read the mission brief?
GR.
I could have rebuilt you without all that metal.
And left me a monster. Like other creations?
That is a matter of perspective.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers in.
I'll try to get their attention, Ryan, so you can pin. Widow behind you. Okay, well, Monkey's looking at me already. Does Monkey bubble down?
I see one.
There's one.
Nice pick on Widow. On a low in the back left. Got her. Monkey low. Yeah. Oh, nice pick on Widow. Genji and Monkey top. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble.
Welcome guests on the objective.
Prob- Widow's setting up left side. Ooh. I didn't know where it was. He had sights up.
Finally, I realized.
Oh, good. They had sights there. They used sights in Nanoblade, I think.
Enemy here.
Objective lost.
Where is that Genji or the Widow? Nice.
Enemy here. 3, 2.
I don't know why I'm counting. I hit the wrong button. Juno was so low. Oh. Oh, she's so low. Sorry, I thought we were gonna push that with Cole. They would have died if we did, because my Cole would have killed the Cole would have killed the Sojourn. They're swapping Juno. Baptiste now. Monkey's gonna come in with rage probably. Oh my god. Jesus, I should have died there. No deflect? Sojourn's gonna have ulti here soon. They're on Malga now? Oh no. Jesus. No deflect. That's BAP window? BAP low? Nice. No deflect? I have Blade here. Try to wait for Cole, we can combo it. Sojourn ult behind.
GG.
That was good. GG.
GG. GG. Off to work. Please rain save us. JSQ. Have a good night. I know have a good day. Or definitely slashing. Work is more Overwatch.
Work is more Overwatch.
This chat channel is disabled. To view or adjust this setting, go to the social tab in options.
Hey everyone, this is Music Tech Help Guy, and in this video I want to explain the difference between balance and stereo pan on stereo channels in Logic. This seems to be a topic that a lot of people are confused about, so I figured I'd do a video to clarify this here. Real quick though, I actually explained this topic out as on any, so let's get right into this. So if you weren't already aware, you can actually right click on any pan knob, either stereo or mono in Logic, and you'll get different options, different pan mode options. So with mono channels like this one, you just get two options, pan and binaural pan. Just FYI, I will not be talking about binaural pan at all in this video, but again, I do cover it in my advanced mixing course. So mono pan is pretty simple. If you have a mono channel set to center pan, then the channel it's going to, in this case it'll be the stereo output, will just duplicate that signal equally on the left and right sides. Signal equal, then the channel it's going to, in this case it's, so mono pan is pretty, it's going to, in this case it'll be the stereo output, will just duplicate that signal equally on the left and right sides.
Select hero bands.
So you can see in the stereo output, it's the exact same signal, just duplicated on the left and right sides. If you pan over to the left a bit, you'll see that the right channel drops, and if I pan over to the right, you'll see that the left channel drops. So it's just balancing the signal in the stereo output. And notice that the level of the louder channel in the stereo output does not increase as you pan the channel to the left or to the right. It's just reducing the volume of one of the channels. So that's mono pan, very simple, but I wanted to explain that first before I jump into.
Cheers, Squire! It's time to save the realm.
Everything's going according to plan.
Back to the past.
Why you ban Genji man, that means.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Objective unlocks in 30 seconds.
I'm looking at you, Link.
Reporting for duty.
They have Tracer also. Soldier on top. No recall. Nice, good pick on Trey. That's too many people up there. I'm backing up.
Objective unlocked.
Up your Reaper here. Tracer coming in. Nice discords.
Together, we have taken the lead.
Ow. Thank you. Orisa no gold? Try to get behind him. That pulse bomb? Tracer use pulse? Tracer low? Nice. Did they use anything else besides pulse?
Look at me go.
I have Widow now, right side. try to sneak up on this widow.
Oh my god, I hooked her, but I got.
That's Ana app? Yeah, he's discarded. He's low.
Approaching the final.
Cast low. Huge. Oh, widow. Nice. Oh.
Oh my god.
I didn't think he could hit his shots. That's my fault. Nano. Oh, nice.
I am unbreakable.
Now I don't feel so bad. GG, guys.
No, he's fucking stat padding, man.
GG. GG. You're my goat.
Stat padding with his 2 kills.
Bro, look at their team. Holy shit.
Who's smithing? GG. I belong to Pop and Bat. LOL. Smiley face. This chat channel is disabled. To view or adjust this setting, go to the social tab in options.
These guys are awesome. Actually, so was my Zen. What's Relic? He's probably GM, right? Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. What? Top 96. Damn, dude. Damn, 4805. See, I would like to get to this level at some point.
Stereo pan. So here's a stereo track. It's just a synth bass.
Oops.
And you can see it does have some stereo information. It has some variation between the left and right channels. And if I right click or control click on this, you get 3 options: stereo pan, balance, and binaural pan. Again, I'm just gonna focus on balance and stereo pan. So the thing about using the balance mode, which is actually the default mode in Logic for stereo tracks. Now that might sound all fine and dandy. Right using balance mode, I'm just muting the left channel is all I'm doing. Now this may not be a big deal for loops and synths like this, where there's just a little bit of stereo variation between the channels. But if you have a stereo recording you made with 2 microphones, say acoustic guitar for example, and maybe you doubled up the stereo acoustic guitars and you wanted to pan one left and one right. If you use balance mode to do this, especially if you hard pan them, all you're doing is muting the right channel in your left guitar and muting the left channel in your right guitar or stereo recording, whatever it ends up being. So balance mode can be dangerous because you lose information with it. A better option for this would be stereo pan. In stereo pan, if I pan something over to the left, say like this, I'm not losing the right channel information. I'm just moving the right channel. I'm panning the right channel over into the left channel. So it actually, especially if I like hard pan it like this, you're essentially just summing both left and right channels into the left channel. And in a lot of cases, it just sounds better. Notice though, when you hard pan, because it's summing those 2 channels, left and right, into the left channel, that the left channel is going to be louder.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's probably why I have to reduce the volume.
Likewise, if I pan hard right, the right channel is going to be louder, again, because we're summing information together. Now, if that's still a little confusing, let me show you one last example that I think will explain it really well. So I have a channel here that has drums on just the left channel and bass just on the right channel.
Yes,
Now,
he's
if
gonna
I
get rid of the
use
bass
balance mode
if he
and
pans
I
left.
pan this hard left, I'm only going to hear the drums because it's on the left channel, and we're muting the right channel by hard panning. And
Am
if
I
I
still
pan
in
this hard
queue?
right, it's muting the left channel, so
yes.
I'm only going to hear the bass. Now, this is just a proof of concept here. This is not a practical example, but you can see when I hard pan to the left, it's just rolling down the volume of the bass in the right channel. So you just completely lose that information. So imagine this, instead of being drum and bass, being stereo variation in a stereo recording, you know, especially like if, you know, say you're miking a couple string instruments, maybe you get a cello and a violin, and you want to pan them over to the left side of your mix. If you use balance, whatever instrument was on the right side, you know, being picked up by the right channel, by the right microphone, that's just going to get dropped in volume, and you're going to lose that instrument in the mix. So this is where stereo pan ends up being a much, much better option. Watch what happens if I do the same with stereo pan. That stereo recording, it separates its stereo channels with individual stereo pan controls. This is essentially just like stereo pan. Use stereo pan. Anytime you're going to be adjusting the pan of a recording made in stereo, meaning that you used two microphones to record in stereo, so things like acoustic guitar and other acoustic instruments, for example, anytime you're recording something like this, you absolutely want to use stereo pan if you're going to pan that instrument in the mix. There's really no reason not to. Now, if you have a stereo channel and you're just keeping it center, then it doesn't matter. You're not panning anything, so it'll sound the same regardless of what mode you're in. However, in the past, I have used balance mode here and there when I've had stereo channels with very little variation in the channels. I've also used it when I have two microphones on a guitar amp. Sometimes stereo pan sounds better, sometimes balance sounds better in these situations. It's just a matter of taste. So you can really go either way. You'll get more phase interaction if you use stereo pan mode for this. But again, in some of these situations, you can go either way. But as just a general rule, if you're hard panning stereo channels, it's generally a better option to use stereo pan mode. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Escort the payload.
With the world.
Fortified.
I see one.
Queen on the right here. Nice sleep on Queen. Nice. Good pin. I'll go up with you, Junk. Oh, I got anti. That's my fault.
Mistakes will always precede victory.
I guess Junkrat can't hear me either. Queen anti, we can kill her here. Nice.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
I see one. Thanks.
Hello, the payload secured. Let's move.
Enemy seen.
Ana Kiriko on Park. They have Pharah now.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Over there! Over there!
Got a pick on the Pharah. Oh! Not a good spot. Oh, nice ride.
Oops, sorry guys.
No, it's all good. I appreciate the effort there, trying to save me.
I'm here.
See if we can get our Junkrat out. Oh, never mind. Watch out for the Pharah.
Not forgetting the payload, are we?
Mercy and Pharah going up on high ground.
I see one.
Soldier drop.
Enemy seen.
KD call up. Oh, I'm alone. I got Mega, I'm good. Kiriko coming for Ana. No TP. Mercy low.
As much as I'll switch when I ult someone random.
Okay. You can probably just use it on Queen even. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's Suzu.
Okay.
Let the kitsune guide you.
Almost that blade.
Justice reigns from above.
Oh.
Arlo. I'm backing up.
Maybe no jump. Please.
We got 3 minutes. We can play Nano Blade here. I can go hit scan after if we need.
Enemy spotted.
Or Echo maybe might be better. They have Aura and a Mercy. Okay, 5 seconds on dash. And I'm gonna go up. Uh-oh. First split. Okay, 3 seconds. 2. Okay, I'm going up.
Hi. I see one.
Nice, good job. They're swapping their soldier?
Sorry, Echo.
Pharah half. We're on cast now. Can help you with this Pharah. She probably has barrage.
Time for the reckoning.
Take on the cast. Might be able to cap. I don't know.
Duplicating
Hellish. Oh no. No Suzu? They already burned res.
Nice.
Nice, good job, guys.
Complete. Score 3-0. Switching sides. Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
17-2. We can do this.
Systems online. Weapons ready.
Stay in sight. It'll keep you safe. Systems calibrated for maximum cooperative behavior. Hey there.
Kagaya.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the
It's a Reaper now? Hidiko's one. Never mind. She's got mercy pocketing. I don't know why we just let me die there.
Team. Here we go. Heal me sometime.
This town just ain't big enough.
Hidiko low below.
Nano boost administered.
Wings up below us.
My ultimate is ready. Stay out of my way. Over there. Over there.
Reaper no TP.
Thanks. Enemy here. Enemy here.
Huge stagger.
Enemy spotted. Enemy here. You're all good.
Nice job on the Reaper.
Wow.
No, right?
Gentle rain. Enemy here.
They have Diva now.
Over there.
It's gonna be annoying.
Hey, catch. No, over there. Enemy spotted. My ultimate is charging. There they are. Get ready.
They have Hanzo in the back.
Let the Kitsune guide you. Enemy spotted. I know you'll give me back.
Oh, that was a Hanzo. I thought that was an Ana.
LOL.
I forgot I killed her already.
You won't get the best of me.
30 seconds.
Don't look now. We're almost there. Our enemies have commandeered.
I have Bob here.
Meet your fate. Bob, do something.
Get in there. You should be quaking in your boots.
GG, guys.
GG's.
My mouse died at the end, sorry. GG. GG. Relic. Team. LOL all good.
Play of the game.
Wish we had a vote.
Expected. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, I didn't hit Rikyu. Sitting here waiting like a dummy for something to happen. How long have we been playing? An hour and a half? What time is it? Oh, it's Monday. Means I need to work out today and eat dinner. All right, we're gonna hop off. We got stuff to do. My tank was good. My junk was good. Oh, I got 10 of these suckers, which means I can get the next level of my Cassidy weapon. That's actually pretty cool. I didn't even know that was a thing. That's actually really cool. And the last one's the kill one, right? Yeah, that's what we want. Nerf or nothing. Oh, that's a gun skin. Bebop. That's cool.
Video again, I have the advanced mixing course available now over at
Logic Pro has a ton of different features in it that can actually make your life so much easier, so much more efficient and faster. In this video, I'm going to be sharing 10 of them with you that I know that have made my life a heck of a lot easier, and I think you're going to find them to make your life a lot easier.
Let's just check
as
this
well.
out real
Let's
quick.
do it. Tip number 1 is when you are working with actual audio samples, here's what a lot of people do. They'll go in here and be like, hey, that's a cool sample, and they will drag it and drop it directly into the timeline or the arrangement window, and then they'll be like, hey, I want it on beat 2, boom, it's on beat 2, right? And then they play it, and then they're literally just working with audio, and then they're going in here and they're copying it and moving it wherever the heck they actually want it. And that, my friends, is not the best way of doing this. Instead, what you should do is this. Go ahead and grab the audio sample that you want, like this, grab it and drag it, and then actually put it right underneath the tracks in here. And it's now going to ask you here, create new track using, it's going to give you a few different options. In this particular case,
That's
I tend
cool.
to prefer using Quick Sampler, but you could use Drum Machine, Alchemy, the sampler with a zone per note. I'm just going to go ahead and use the Quick Sampler and set it to original. It will automatically create a MIDI region with that sample dropped in using the Quick Sampler within Logic. And now check this out. Boom. And we can actually start manipulating it inside of this itself, and I usually don't. But now I can go in here and record. Obviously, that's just an example. That's not actually a song I'm working on. And now we have the actual MIDI here. We can quantize it. We can start working with it as actual MIDI instead of having to work with it as an audio file. That right there alone has made my life so much easier. And I think it's going to make your life easier too. That's tip number 1. That brings us to tip number 2. And this is something that I have found incredibly useful when I'm working either with myself as a vocalist or playing guitar, recording anything, or especially if I'm working with a vocalist in the studio here. And that is adjusting the metronome settings. So all you need to do is go up here to where your actual metronome is, hover over it, and when you have this little arrow right there, you're just gonna hold down your mouse, go to metronome settings. So now we actually have the metronome settings pulled up. Now there are 3 different things that I'm gonna adjust within the metronome settings depending on what I'm needing help with. In a lot of cases, if I'm working on a really dense track, the metronome or the click can get buried within the track where the vocalist might not really be able to hear the metronome. So the very first thing that I'll do is adjust the tone of the metronome. So as we move the tone of this metronome, listen to what's happening. Let's open it up. So obviously as we move the tone to the right hand side, it's going to really open up the sound and make it a lot more bright. The next thing we can do is adjust the actual volume of the metronome. And this is something that, again, I find incredibly helpful because when I have vocalists or other musicians in the studio, in a lot of cases, I have issues with them maybe rushing a little bit, or maybe they're behind the beat because they're just not hearing the metronome as well as they should be able to hear the metronome. And these two things alone are very helpful. But that brings me to the third thing that I oftentimes will do within this, and that is actually adding the division. Listen to what happens when I add the division. It actually throws 16th notes into the mix. Now, we can adjust the velocity and we can also adjust the note, so check this out. Adjust the note. The velocity. So that's going to essentially adjust the actual volume of the subdivision. And so again, one of the big reasons that I use the subdivision is just to help make sure that you can really get a sense for the actual timing of the track, especially if you're working in a track that is a slower tempo or there's not really anything percussive happening in the production, very ethereal type things where it's going to be a lot easier to get off beat.
That's fair.
That right there, my friends, is going to make your life a whole lot easier with the metronome. Tip number 3. How often has it been that you've been working on a production? Maybe it's a big production, maybe you just don't have the best computer in the world, and you start having issues where when you try recording vocals or recording anything with a guitar, microphone, DI, whatever the case it may be, you start having latency. The big thing that a lot of people are going to do is they're going to try to jump into here and open up their preferences, and the first thing that they're going to do is you're going to say, I'm going to change the I/O buffer size, and they're going to try to make it so that the buffer size changes. However, what you should try first before going to this, and I'm not saying that's not a good solution, the very first thing that you should try, go up to record and make sure they have the low latency monitoring mode on. And what this is going to do, if you have like a preset or something on top of this, and then we actually turn the monitoring on, look at what happens with these plugins over here. Turn that on. It's automatically going to take the plugins that are pretty heavily CPU dependent and shut them off temporarily until we turn monitoring back off. So this makes it so that when we are actually recording, it's going to basically monitor in such a way where you're not going to have that latency or very low latency. And then once you turn it off, it will add those plugins back in. So this is incredibly helpful. I've been using it more and more because I'm working on very dense productions where I do have to use it, even with a computer with 64 gig of RAM. And that brings us to tip number 4, which I just learned recently, and this has everything to do with how you actually approach overlapping audio. Hear me out. This one kind of blew my mind. So you can go up to record and you can adjust how you want the overlapping audio recordings to handle depending on if you have the cycle on or if you have the cycle off. So in this case right here, I have cycle on. And so if we go to record overlapping audio regions, automatically it's going to just create another take folder, which is something I think we're very used to. So when you record something and you record over top it, it's just going to go ahead and create a nice take folder for you. However, what you can do instead is do create tracks in mute. Now watch what happens when we do this. Whoa, oh, oh. So in most cases, it's going to go ahead and create a take folder. But in this specific case, what it actually does is it makes it so that it puts it on new tracks. Now, the benefit of doing this is in many cases when I'm doing group vocals or gang vocals, which is basically where I want it to sound like a big crowd, a big audience of people singing, something like this where to be shouting, I want 15 different versions of this. Instead of having a take folder and then having to unpack all of those takes, we can actually create all these new tracks where the audio is already split out. And then all we have to do is go in here and then create however many new audio regions we want. So let's say we do 10 times. And we just grab the audio and move the audio up to those new tracks. And now we have it so that we do not have to unpack the audio tracks at all. Now the reason I had to do this is because for some reason, it's going to treat these as if it's the same track. So notice when I'm moving the fader, it's actually moving these as if it's one. Same thing with panning. It's moving as if it's one. That's not something you want. So this is just kind of a workaround. And now we have it so that we have these two audio Logic Remote. It's totally free. By opening it, it will automatically connect into the Wi-Fi. And we now have this opened up in such a way that we can start controlling the actual DAW from here on my phone. Now, in a lot of cases, I will sometimes sing things where I'm just like sitting down, but if I'm doing something like lead vocals, if I'm actually the singer, I don't want to be sitting down. I want to be standing up. But here's the problem, is if we take this mic, we put it up here and then say we're going to go ahead and do some recording, well, if I want to start recording and I'm not using Logic Remote, then I have to literally come over here, be like, okay, all right, gotta get this ready to go. Okay, now we're ready? Okay, cool. Gotta give myself enough time. Whoa, oh, oh, right? Which is super annoying, not very fun, especially if you don't want to be this close to the computer. Like say for example, the fan is going really loud and you don't want to be capturing that fan noise with your microphone, and you might want to go even further away across the room. So instead, you just use Logic Remote, and we can stand over here, and then we can start controlling the actual timeline on here. We could turn that cycle on, we can turn the cycle off, go. It's off now. We can turn it back on. We can control where we want to be, and then from here, I can control everything from the fader to record. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, boom, there we go. go. So using the Logic Remote is definitely one of the most valuable things that I've done. I've had this question so many times. How do I record myself without having to like walk all the way over and change it to where it's like a 2-bar
I never
count and
considered
spend a lot of
wireless
time to
headphones.
Run back over to the microphone and then record and sing and blah, blah, blah. And this is so much faster, so much easier. So if you have
He's
an
got
Apple
wireless
phone, an iPhone,
monitoring
make sure you get this.
headphones, it
Totally
looks
free to
like.
you. You're welcome. That brings us to tip number 6, and that is that you can actually take audio and convert your audio into a MIDI region. Now, Nathan, how is this actually useful? Let me show you. Say, for example, you're not a wizard of a keyboard player. For me, I'm really fortunate. I'm a pianist, so this is not a problem for me. But let's say you have a really cool idea in your head, and you're singing a song, you're like, da 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 da. So you've got this melody, right? But you can't play it out. So you're like, okay, now I'm gonna have to go create a MIDI region, and then I'm gonna have to go in here. I'm gonna have to now try to figure out, okay, what notes are these? Like, that's so annoying. And then, all right, so, you know, this is what most people are gonna do, right? They're just gonna like draw it in. Again, I'm talking about this if you don't actually play the keyboard. Takes forever, super annoying, not fun, because now I'm sitting here wasting time doing this. Here's what you can do instead. Just grab your trusty microphone, and literally all we're gonna do is sing this idea in. Da 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 da. All right, not the best performance in the world, but you get the idea. You could do this on guitar too. So if you're a guitar player, you could just play that guitar riff in because you know how to play it in, but maybe you might not be able to get into MIDI. So now all we have to do is go in here, open it up in the editor window, turn on flex, turn on pitch. So once you actually have this in flex,
it makes
pitch,
MIDI.
You're gonna go over to edit, and you're going to create MIDI track from flex pitch data. Yeah, look at this beautiful, beautiful thing we have here. And of course, we go in here and quantize it. Now we can grab this audio, and we can now just place it on that track we had before. So the first thing is it's gonna be really quiet, so we're gonna have to increase the velocities on this so we can actually hear it. Here we go. All right, so obviously there are some little discrepancies and mistakes that you'll need to fix up and clean up. You know, you might not want that da, 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 da. But one way or the other, this is by far the fastest way to turn something into an idea in your head.
That's actually
singing it,
cool.
or, you know, playing it on an instrument, recording it in, and then converting it into MIDI. And now we can actually start working with this. Boom. All right, that brings us to tip number 7, and that is actually using the MIDI. Here is go to the MIDI effect. We can grab the arpeggiator, and just by opening the arpeggiator, obviously, it's going to do what an arpeggiator does. And this is built directly into Logic. And this is something that I love about Logic is that you have this directly built into it. And you can get extremely creative about how you use this. You can do the live mode, which is where you can literally just play out ideas. You can change the rate from slow to fast, eighth note, basically just based on the actual rhythm itself. You can do octave range. You can do variations, which that's cool. But then you can also go into the grid mode. You can turn on chord pattern, and you can adjust the actual velocities of these, which is really kind of cool. So say we want to do a chord pattern. You can also adjust the actual rhythmic value of this, not the rhythmic.
Yeah, I don't know. Arpeggiator is boring to me. Anyways, I'm out, guys. Catch you next time.